So we have a lot of news surrounding the fourth stimulus check of $1,200 a month. Folks, President Biden's $1.2 trillion bill has finally passed through the Senate.
The past 24 hours, we've seen the Senate advance two key pieces of my economic agenda.
And now this means that we can be set to receive more stimulus assistance. In this bill, it can include things such as fourth stimulus checks, an increase in your Social Security benefits, as well as unemployment benefit increases. Folks, what do you think about President Biden and his administration? Are they doing all that it takes to send out the fourth stimulus check? And don't forget that on Friday, I'll be announcing one winner of a free $100 Amazon gift card. And if you would like to enter to win, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family, and leave me a comment below.
The bipartisan infrastructure bill and the budget resolution that is the framework for my Build Back Better plan. Today, I'm pleased to share more good news with the American people. The latest report on consumer prices show that we've expanded some easing, the expected easing we thought was going to come has increased, that we've seen a good monthly report. The monthly core consumer price index is down by nearly 2/3 from its pace over the past 3 months. The historic investments are on the way as well. This isn't accidental. It's a result of our strategy to get shots in arms, grow the economy from the bottom up and the middle out, and it's the rest of the result of the American Rescue Plan and everything else that we've done. And it's a result of the grit and determination and really hard work of the American people. But even with all this progress, a lot of families are still feeling the pinch. Family budgets remain tight and paychecks don't go as far as they need to. That has been a reality in the millions of households all across America for too long.
Percent owns more wealth than the bottom 92%, and where 45% of all new income has gone to the top 1% since 2009. In other words, the people on top are doing phenomenally well. Meanwhile, while the very rich have become much richer, the gross unfairness of our current tax system has allowed in a given year some of the wealthiest people in our country and some of the largest and most profitable corporations
I've ever seen him as the leader of the Budget Committee. And I have to say that Senator Schumer, who was pivotal in all of this, Senator Mark Warner, who really was representing sort of the other end of the Budget Committee, and all of us, we were working with the White House, who had folks in the room as well. I mean, this really was listening and pushing, back and forth with each other. But the bottom line was this: we really believe that it's time that the American people know that somebody's got their back, and that the tax code should work for working people, not just the rich, not just the millionaires and billionaires. We believe that if you ask billionaires to pay something, that's not a tax increase, more than zero, it's not a tax increase. I mean, we came together on the biggest middle class tax cut.
Significant legislative days we've had in a long time here in the United States Senate. But we still have a long road to travel. It's as if we caught a nice long pass at midfield, but we still have 50 yards to go before we score a touchdown. But it's still good to make that pass and make that advance. What we saw yesterday is very simple, that elections matter, the American people's votes matter, and Democrats are working hard to keep the promises we made to the American people when we won the majority. Earlier this year, as you know, we passed the American Rescue Plan, which helped put checks in people's pockets, shots in people's arms, and save small businesses and our economy. Now we're going from rescue to recovery, to make the economy, to make the American people's lives even better than it was before COVID, because there were so many structural problems in our economy, and there became a sourness in the land that we very much want to remove. The two-track strategy, which I outlined earlier this year, is moving full steam ahead. When I first said we were going to pass both the bipartisan infrastructure bill and the budget resolution before we broke for the August recess, many said it was an impossible task. But Democrats in the Senate are determined, fiercely determined, to move President Biden's Build Back Better agenda forward. Sometimes it took a little prodding. It took working weekends, late nights, cloture motions. But we kept working at it. I kept prodding the bipartisan group to go forward, pushing them when they needed pushing, giving them more time and breathing space when they needed more time and breathing space. And that bill passed yesterday. But now we have to keep working at it, and I'm very pleased to report that the two-track strategy is right on track. As I said, first we passed the bipartisan infrastructure package with all 50 Democrats and 19 Republicans. Every Democrat voted for both the bipartisan bill and the resolution, the budget resolution. Every Democrat voted for both. And the first bill, the bipartisan bill, was a long overdue step to revitalize America's infrastructure and give our workers, our businesses, our economies the tools to succeed in the 21st century. The bipartisan infrastructure bill will put America on track to lead the 21st century in both productivity and job creation for decades to come. While the bipartisan infrastructure bill is a very significant bill, my entire caucus agrees that there's much more that needs to be done. So on the second track, we passed a robust budget resolution that will grow the middle class in the 21st century and give more Americans a chance to get into the middle class. Keep those in the middle class and assure them they're going to stay there. They're worried about it. Help those trying to climb that ladder to get into the middle class to get there more easily. That's our mission. That's our goal. And frankly, that is my passion. That is what motivates me in working as hard as I can to get this going forward. The Democratic budget resolution is transformational. It's probably the most significant single piece of legislation that we have seen, certainly in decades, and Bernie Sanders thinks since Roosevelt. And he's pushing for big change. It'll cut taxes, lower costs for the American people, create good-paying jobs, invest in our future, while tackling the climate